And here are the crypto top headlines. First up, ARK Invest CEO Cathie Wood says most people understand that Bitcoin is the money revolution. Next, first deadline window looms for SEC to approve Bitcoin ETFs. Also, Delaware authorities refer fake BlackRock XRP trust filing to state's Justice Department. Plus, Judge Torres sets important dates for Ripple versus SEC fight in XRP lawsuit. All investors have to watch. Welcome to Crypto Top Headlines, where there's no clickbait thumbnails or titles and no speeches on my opinions. Just bringing crypto's news to you. We are a new channel here on YouTube and would greatly appreciate it if you would click on the like and subscribe buttons as well as the notification bell. It does help support the channel, so thank you in advance for doing so. Now, on to these headlines. Our first top headline is ARK Invest CEO Cathie Wood speaking yesterday morning on CNBC's Squawk Box.
Let's talk about these ETFs, and then I want to go broad and sort of get your sense of where the market is and where crypto's going and what's happening here. But tell us about these ETFs specifically and what you're trying to do.
Yes, with our partner 21 Shares, which is the largest crypto ETP provider in the world, mainly European focused, we are launching 5 ETFs. The strategies are going to be around Bitcoin futures, Ethereum futures, one will be Bitcoin futures and cash, one will be Bitcoin futures and Ethereum futures, and then the last one will be broader Bitcoin and companies exposed to digital assets, right, equities.
How much of this is a dress rehearsal in your mind for a moment in which the SEC says, okay, cat's out of the bag, you can actually issue an ETF that's directly invested in Bitcoin?
Well, it certainly is a dress rehearsal. We think there's a place. I think these strategies will be more probably institutionally focused, and I think the spot coin Bitcoin ETF will be perhaps more retail focused.
Is that something you want to do eventually?
A spot Bitcoin?
Yes.
Yes. What's interesting about it is, if you look at the pecking order, our filing is next in line.
No, I know you're on the list. So
yes.
The question. So let me ask you about that, because I think, and the question is actually at $36,000. Do you think that the move that we've seen in Bitcoin over the last, I don't know, what, 2 months now? How much of that is a function of sort of a pent-up demand or an anticipation that the SEC, because folks like BlackRock and Fidelity and you and others have made these applications, have the sense that it's more likely to happen now than it was a year or two ago?
Yeah.
And is that misguided? Is that realistic? What is that?
I think what has happened, the change, is that the SEC actually asked us questions. I think asked us questions, asked BlackRock, probably has asked a lot. Whereas before, our filings were just rejected outright. Hand.
Okay.
So that is movement. That is significant. And, you know, over the years, I've gotten to know the research people at the SEC, and I'm very impressed. And I was impressed by the questions they asked us, too. So,
what were the kinds of questions they asked?
A lot of them were very technical. They're all about protecting the consumer. And, you know, of course, the showstopper, at least from Gary Gensler's point of view, is he thinks Bitcoin can be manipulated. And, you know, this is a decentralized, transparent network. You can follow all the activity online. It's highly unlikely.
Well, it had to be that because he understands, Cathie. He's got enough. Not many people do. A lot of people don't have enough knowledge about how it works to make an informed decision about Bitcoin. He taught at MIT so he understands that it's not a Ponzi scheme or a Beanie Baby. Right. So there has to be something else.
Well, I don't know what it is. I have wondered. There's speculation that he's interested in the Treasury Secretary position at some point. What does the Treasury Secretary do?
Protecting fiat for the government?
I mean, very focused on. I don't know. I don't understand it myself because he definitely understands.
He understands. So it's there's something else.
There's something.
Okay, but how much do you account for the move in Bitcoin as speculation on an ETF being approved? And is it a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of situation, or is it just a straight shot if in fact that were to come to be pass?
I am sure there is some anticipation, and there could even be a sell on the news. But the fundamentals, we put out a Bitcoin monthly piece every month, and you can see the health of the network using our on-chain metrics. The health of the network is almost as good as it gets, and it seems like this is a bull market. Sure, we'll have puts and takes, nothing goes straight up. But I think this flight to quality, Larry Fink used that expression. We call it flight to safety. You look at what happened during the regional bank crisis. Bitcoin went from 19,000 to nearly 30,000 as the KRE, the regional bank stock index, was imploding. If you look at the bank stock index today, it is back down close to where it was in March. So when Larry might say flight to quality, which is good, it's true, we would say flight to safety, because there's no counterparty risk in Bitcoin.
In terms of the ETF that is launching, that invests in equities related to Bitcoin, what do you think will be the better performer over, let's say, 5 years? An ETF that invests in the equity related to Bitcoin, or Bitcoin itself?
We believe Bitcoin will be the better performer longer term. But this is a diversified exposure through equities. There are companies, we're trying to find the company that is going to produce the digital wallet. That will be a very important position. Is it Coinbase? Is it Square with Cash App? Is it Robinhood? In Latin America, is it Mercado Libre or Nubank? So
how much
those
overlap is there between this ETF that invests in the equity with the holdings in some of your other ETFs like ARK Invest?
Probably the biggest overlap would be ARKF, the fintech portfolio. Yes. You
just mentioned a number of companies, all of whom have had stocks that have been challenged, including Robinhood. How do you think about those companies right now?
Well, we do think that each of them has a very good opportunity in the digital wallet space. Basically, if you think about WeChat Pay, that kind of digital wallet where all financial services take place, there's peer-to-peer interaction, there's commerce over it. We believe that the rails in the United States have been good enough, but WeChat Pay showed the way, and I think we have.
But is that a one-player winner? Meaning, and by the way, Elon Musk would like to be that winner with X if he could be.
Absolutely, and I think he's got big plans. Absolutely, he started in the fintech space, and of course sold out to PayPal. So, yeah.
I mean, Cathie, on Coinbase, I used to go down and I had like 4 pages of coins and eventually it got to the point where people said there's Bitcoin and everything else. Do you think is there an application for blockchain that involves something that Bitcoin does not lead the world with? Is there something else that you'd put in here?
Sure. The reason we have focused as much on Ether, Ethereum as we have is we think, that is the smart contract network. That is the decentralized finance network.
So Bitcoin and Ether, anything beyond that?
Well, there are infrastructure players. Solana is doing a really good job. I mean, if you look at Ether was faster and cheaper than Bitcoin in the day. That's how we got Ether. Solana is even faster and cost-effective than Ether. So, there are infrastructure plays. We do believe Web3, digital assets. That's a big idea, actually. Digital assets with property rights. First time ever online that we're seing property rights.
Do you think that some bears with Bitcoin have said, okay, there will be a Bitcoin 2.0 that someone comes up with? I don't know whether there's something more perfect.
There were so many.
Is there anything more perfect? Can there be something more perfect than Bitcoin?
I think most people understand that Bitcoin is the money revolution. This is the first global.
A lot of people don't understand that because they haven't read anything about it.
Right, private, so no government oversight, digital, very important, rules-based monetary system in history. And Art Laffer, my professor, mentor, and friend, when we did our first paper on and took our first position in Bitcoin in 2015. When he understood what this was. He said, I've been waiting for this since they closed the gold window in 1971.
Our next top headline, first deadline window, Looms for SEC to approve Bitcoin ETFs. Even if approved by November 17th, the spot Bitcoin ETFs are unlikely to come to market for at least a month after approval. The United States Securities and Exchange Commission could approve all 12 pending spot Bitcoin exchange-traded fund applications by November 17th. Beginning on November 9th, the SEC reportedly has a window to approve all 12 spot Bitcoin ETF filings, including Grayscale Investments' conversion of its Grayscale Bitcoin Trust product. However, even if the SEC approves spot Bitcoin ETFs by November 17th, it could be more than a month before the products launch. The expected delay in launch following SEC approval would be due to the two-step process of launching an ETF. For an issuer to start a Bitcoin ETF, it must get approval from the SEC's Trading and Markets Division on its 19B-4 filing and its Corporate Finance Division on the S-1 filing or prospectus. Of the 12 Bitcoin ETF applications, 9 issuers have submitted revised prospectuses showing they have communicated with the Corporate Finance Division. Meanwhile, NASDAQ filed the 19B-4 form with the securities regulator on behalf of the $9 trillion asset management firm, BlackRock, for a proposed ETF, the iShares Ethereum Trust. The move signals BlackRock's intention to expand beyond Bitcoin with its crypto ETF aspirations. The fund has already registered the corporate entity iShares Ethereum Trust in Delaware. At least 5 other firms are seeking SEC approval for a spot Ether ETF. Van Eck, ARK 21 Shares, Invesco, Grayscale, and Hashdex. Our next top headline, Delaware authorities refer fake BlackRock XRP trust filing to state's Justice Department. State authorities may investigate the fake BlackRock iShares XRP Trust registration following a referral from Delaware's Division of Corporations. A fake filing published to the State of Delaware's Division of Corporations on November 13th will be referred to the Delaware Department of Justice. In a November 14th statement, a spokesperson for the Delaware Department of State told Cointelegraph that the false filing claiming that asset manager BlackRock registered an iShares XRP trust would be referred to state authorities. The registration, which appeared as a listing on the state's Division of Corporations on November 13th, momentarily caused the price of XRP to surge roughly 12% before losing its gains when the falsehood was revealed. Eric Balchanis tweeted, "Latest on fake XRP ETF filing. Our only comment is that this matter has been referred to the Delaware Department of Justice," the spokesperson for Delaware Department of State said. It's unclear what action, if any, the Delaware Justice Department may take in response to the referral. The party or parties responsible for the fake listing appeared to have used BlackRock Managing Director Daniel Schweitzer's name to register the trust, suggesting potential fraud if XRP transactions were involved. The fake XRP trust filing hinted that BlackRock could have been planning to launch an XRP-linked exchange-traded fund in the United States, a major milestone for the crypto space. BlackRock registered an Ether trust in Delaware on November 9th, but to date, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has not approved the listing of any spot crypto ETF. Our next top headline, Judge Torres sets important dates for Ripple versus SEC fight in XRP lawsuit. All investors have to watch. SEC versus Ripple legal battle progresses with Remedy's phase schedule. The ongoing legal tussle between Ripple Labs and the SEC has taken a significant step forward as the court unveils a schedule for the Remedy's briefing and discovery phase. In this article, we delve into the details of this crucial development that could shape Ripple's future in the cryptocurrency landscape. Remedy's brief and discovery schedule. U.S. District Judge Annalisa Torres has issued a court order dated November 13, 2023, outlining the timeline for the Remedy's phase of the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit. Here are the key dates to mark on your calendar. February 12, 2024. Remedy's briefing officially commences. This date signifies the initiation of the comprehensive examination of remedies related to the case. March 13, 2024. The Securities and Exchange Commission is set to file its remedies brief. This document will present the SEC's stance on the appropriate remedies for the alleged violations. April 12, 2024, Ripple Labs, the defendants in the case, must submit their opposition to the SEC's motion. This step allows Ripple to contest the SEC's proposed remedies. April 29, 2024, the SEC will file its reply to Ripple's opposition, concluding the remedies phase and setting the stage for the next legal proceedings. Parties propose schedule for remedies stage. This development follows a review of the proposed remedies briefing and discovery schedule submitted by both parties. Notably, the SEC and Ripple jointly proposed a 90-day period to conduct all remedies-related discovery. The court accepted this proposal, aligning with the latest court order. SEC versus Ripple remedies. It is essential to understand that the remedies phase is the sole pending issue in the SEC versus Ripple case. This phase holds the key to determining the suitable remedies Ripple may face concerning its Section 5 violations related to the institutional sale of XRP. In a significant ruling in July 2023, the court deemed Ripple's institutional sales of XRP, valued at $770 million, as an investment contract. Consequently, Ripple potentially faces a fine of up to $770 million. The SEC aims to secure the full penalty, while Ripple will likely endeavor to reduce it by excluding legitimate business expenses. The unfolding of events in this legal battle holds immense implications for both Ripple and the cryptocurrency industry at large. XRP price dynamics. The XRP community is closely monitoring these developments, as they could significantly impact XRP's price. If the lawsuit concludes favorably for Ripple, it may enhance XRP's position in the cryptocurrency market. Conversely, an unfavorable outcome could lead to uncertainty and potential price fluctuations. The XRP price has recently faced rejection at the 68-cent threshold, and experts are speculating about a potential 10% drop if the 59-cent support level is breached. So this concludes our top headlines. If you haven't already done so, don't forget to click on the like and subscribe buttons, as well as the notification bell. Also, leave your thoughts in the comments and share this video with your friends and family. Thank you all for watching Crypto Top Headlines, bringing crypto's news to you.